Okay ladies, hi, welcome back to my channel. Today we will be doing the brow tutorial that I promised you guys. The reason it took so long is because, all honesty, I had to wait for them to get bushy and hairs growing and all that. I do not go get my brows waxed, threaded, any of that good stuff. I literally take care of them all by myself with a trusty pair of tweezers. Now, I'm going to go into quite a little bit of in-depth on how I do my brows, just so you can kind of get an idea of how to actually get your brows how you want them. Number one, everybody's brows are different. Number two, everybody's brows are going to fit each individual face on their own. My brows are not going to work on your face. You can grab something from what I'm going to show you to exactly get what type of brows should work and fit for your face. I know that makes sense. Everybody, I feel brows are more of a personal preference depending on how you like them. You might like them thin, you might like them thick, you might like them in the middle. This really depends on you. I'm just going to show you a couple tricks of what I do and how I actually maintain and keep my brows without having to go get them threaded, waxed, all that. You can really, literally do this at home all by yourself. So, I started out with them real thin, and then I was like, oh, no. You know, it took me a while to get them where I wanted them to be, but you will get there. Now, you could go get them waxed or threaded one time, but I'm going to be honest with you, I pluck my brows pretty much every single day. I'll find a hair that's grown in, and then I can't get the other hairs because they haven't grown in enough for me to pluck them. So then the next day I'm like, oh yeah, I can grab that one, let me pluck that one. So that's what I do to keep them just looking how I like them, okay? So what you're going to need basically is a white eyeliner pencil, any brow pencil you use, any brow wax you use, or any brow powder you use. So any of these things will work. Now the white is where I'm going to show you, the white is where I'm going to show you how you literally find the beginning of your brow, the arch of your brow, and the tail of your brow. So, get any type of card. Cards will come in really handy. This is the thinnest thing I have. All my brushes are pretty thick. So, I'm going to use the thinnest little tool I have, which is going to help me to show you how to really map out your brow. If you don't know this already, then this will be a good lesson for you. If you do know this, then you don't even have to watch it, just skip over it. So, but we're going to go ahead and get started, and I'm going to show you how I tame my brows. You're also going to need tweezers, and you're going to need a spoolie for this. So yeah, I'm going to zoom you in, and we're going to go ahead and get started on the brows. Oh, thank God. I dropped my camera, and I was about to have a fucking heart attack because I legit thought it broke. Anyways, okay, so I brought you down pretty much to my level. Got you a little bit closer. So this way, when I'm going in underneath the brow here, you're really going to see how I do it. Let me bring you in a little closer. Okay, ladies, that's as close as I can get you. Okay. Now, the first thing you want to do is you want to find out where the beginning of your brow is. So the beginning, and I go a little lower, so the beginning of my brow is going to be right there. So I'm going to put a little white dot right there. Then, looking straight ahead at the mirror, if you're looking straight ahead at your mirror, your arch should be right through the iris of your eyes. So, as you can see, there's my arch. I'm going to go a little lower. There's my arch. Then the tail of your brow should go from the corner of your nose. Always everything starts at the corner of the nose. I'm sorry you couldn't see that. And then it's going to go to the end of the out of your eye. So from there to the out of your eye, so your brow should stop right there. So those are the 3 points of your brow. So now basically what you want to do is take a card and you want to kind of connect the dots. So as you can see, we are connecting the dots. So, now I know it looks weird, but this is just a guide of exactly how it should be. So now that you know basically how to find where your brow begins and where your brows arches and where the tail, sorry it was unfocused, and where the tail of your brows should be, we're going to take off this white, because that was just a demonstration for you ladies to understand the beginning, the arch, and the end of your brow. Okay, that's all that was for. It's just an easy, surefire way of doing it. They sell those things that go on your nose to where the beginning, and then it spreads out, and then it spreads out. However, they're like $20-some, and you don't need them. You can literally do this without that. So, now what I'm going to show you that I do is I will take a spoolie and I will brush down my brows. Now, I don't know if you can see, but do you see all these little hairs that are like just straggling along? So, what I'll do is I'll take my scissors and I will brush these hairs down like this. And I will cut off just a little. So my hairs are not so wild. So that's how basically you do your tail of your brow. Now, to do the brow up, brush your hairs up. And if you have any hairs that are sticking up above that line, you want to go ahead and take care of them puppies too. So like right here, a little bit there, and it just keeps them tamed. There's one there, there, and it just keeps them looking really nice. So again, we're gonna brush these puppies down. Like, see how long they get. So for this, we're gonna go ahead and snatch that one. That one. I don't think your brow hair should ever come down below this. You want to leave them a little long. My opinion, again, everything that I'm doing is because I want to do it. This is how I like my brows. So then the next thing you want to do, whether it is wax, whether it is powder, whether it is a brow pencil, you want to begin to map out your brow. Now, if you see any little hairs like this, you want to just take your tweezers and get rid of them. Now, another good trick is after you actually have mapped out, and I'm going to show you what I mean. Now, this Maybelline Brow Define and Fill, do you see how little the tip is on this? It is extremely fine. The L'Oreal brow one, it has a spoolie at the end. It is really good too. I think these are really comparable to, this one is comparable to the NYX, the Anastasia, the L'Oreal. They're all just that really fine. Now this one is a little creamy, so if you don't like really creamy ones, then you're not going to like this. It is kind of hard to like draw and mimic really like hairs. But the L'Oreal one I find actually is a little harder, so it's easier to mimic real hair. But I like this one because it's really thick and it really matches my eyebrow colors really good because I have really dark eyebrows. And this one that I'm using is in soft brown. So what we want to do first is we want to start right underneath the hair, like literally underneath the hair. Now, how I do this is I go from the corner and then I take it straight all the way up. So you're going to see that. I just wanted to explain it to you. I take it straight up. I don't go like and make a circle. You'll see. So as you can see, I followed that line straight up. And the reason I do that is because if you look through the pupil of your eye, that's where your arch starts. So I always like to start at the beginning of the brow and underneath the brow. So then next I'm going to go from here, and I'm going to just trace right along the outside of the brow like that. Now don't worry, because anything that you need to clean up in the end you can do with concealer, and I will show you that as well. So you want, sorry I couldn't talk, you want the beginning of your brow to be really nice, more natural than you do the rest of your brow. So now is a good time after you got that line to go through and really get any of unwanted hairs that you see that you don't like. This is what I do. So this is just an easy way of never taking away too much of your brow, because if you don't have that line there and you just start plucking away because it looks like a hair, like one of your hairs are out of place, you're going to fuck your brow up, because you're going to start going more and more and more and more. So make a line, then pluck what's below the line, and then you'll get that defined line. Eventually all your hairs will grow in. This one here, I'm still trying to get it to, yeah, kind of catch up to this one. This one's my really good brow. This one I have to fake. But that's the basics of that. Next, what you want to do is I always start with the tail of my brow. Now, if you look really close, you'll see where the hair is, like right here. So that's basically my guideline of showing me where my arch should be. So we're going to go ahead and begin that kind of hook look. And then I like to bring mine down right along and really close. So you can see there begins to be my arch and my tail. Now from that tail that I just drew, I'm going to do little lines all the way to about right here, because I want to leave the front really natural looking. So yeah, I can't talk doing this, so we're just going to do it. So to right about there. Now you can either go in with a brow powder, or you can like start to fill in some sparseness with your brow pencil. I like to do that in the front of my brow, and I'm going to show you that right now. So I will just take it at the very end and just flick up, just to fill in. And you don't have to be really neat with this, because we're going to clean it up with concealer like I said. But fill in any, and like I said, this is really creamy, so you got to use such a light hand if you're going to use this one. But just pretty much fill it in like that. And through every process you do, you want to go ahead and try and blend that upwards. So can you see that looks just really nice and natural? It's not boxed off or none of that. And then here I always need some help, so I'm just going to fill in this here. So you're starting to see the shape come about now. Just really light strokes. And then again, I go back and I try to smooth this out, you know, just make it nice. And then fill in any more areas that I see. So, as you can see the difference between one brow and the other brow. Like this brow looks super high and this one doesn't. Now this brow, like I said, it grows a lot higher than this brow does. But that's what I mean, I gotta fake it. I've never trimmed above my brows at all, neither one of my brows. Only underneath do I touch. I never touch. I could comb these suckers up like this all day and it doesn't matter. But I do want my brows to look really, really natural, so as you can see, that's where they start, that's where the arch is, and then that's where my tail is. So actually that's pretty good where your brows really should be. Now, if you want to get even more, you can always take the powder, which I kind of like the powder on the back of this. It comes in like a little cap. So there is powder inside of here. And this is like spring loaded. So you're supposed to like stick it in there. And I mean, it's not really opaque, but it's perfect for the front. So I like to just fill in the front right here. Just like that. Then what I like to do is I like to take my Essence of Beauty, and this is just, I don't even know what shades these are. All I know is one's dark. It was the only one they had in the brow kit that I got. So one's dark and one's real light. Now this light one does not work on me, so with a very light hand and any brow brush, this one is super thin. It's an Essence of Beauty brow brush. It came in the kit, and this, I love this brush. These powders are super pigmented, so you literally just have to one dab. That's it. So one dab, and I always start at the tail of my brow. So, and then when I get there, I'm going to just swipe it down. And this will give more definition to your brow. And then I also like taking it underneath and swiping it down. Now, like I said, don't worry about any of this bullshit because that's easily cleaned up with some concealer. So then next what I do is I like to just fill in any like places that, you know, the brow little duo didn't do. So, like that. Because the front is kind of lighter and then it gets darker. Now, whatever's left on my brush, I will take and literally fan this out all the way to the front and just using just the rest of the product that's on my brush. So as you can see, the difference in my brows. Then I will go back over them and I will comb them out with a spoolie. Now, I can't find my Queen of the Fill brow gel. I am super pissed off about that. I rearranged all my makeup yesterday, and I fucking lost everything. So, I'm going to go in with this clear brow gel because the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Plumper I have isn't very dark. So, it's just this Chella. It's just a brow gel. I don't like the one. The one's real big, but this is just to go over and kind of tame the brow hairs in place, lay them down. I don't think this gel's really good, but I don't even feel like I'm putting any product on my eyes, and I'm really not. So I really have to find my one, but we're going to go ahead and use this for now. Use any brow gel you like, you prefer, you love, whatever. Next, I'm going to go with my Maybelline Master Prime, and I am going to put the smallest amount on the back of my hand, like the teeniest little amount. And this is my favorite brush here. I think this was from Coastal Scents. It's my favorite concealer brush for my eyebrows, and you'll see why. So I'm just going to go ahead and load it, well, not load it up, but I just take it and then I smear it out on the back of my hand so it's not loaded. Then we are going to start in the corner of the eye. And we're going to bring it out. And then I like to take it and work it down, the product down. And then take my pinky finger and blend it out. So just like that. I don't, however, touch the top. You can if you find like a little boo-boo. Now, usually I have my foundation done before I do this, but and you want to use some type of concealer or whatever it's going to be that you're going to be using that's going to match your skin, not be lighter. I'm just doing this for the sake of the video. Just to clean up if you did mess up at all. And then just blend it out. And that's what the brows look like. So they look nice and short, nice and clean. And it kind of gives you like a really nice brow highlight. So that is how I do my brows, ladies. So I'm not going to go ahead and do the other one. The purpose of this video was to spend a lot of time on this brow to show you exactly how I do my brows without really editing much. I wanted to tell you like step by step. So that is how my brows look on, and that is how my brows look off. Huge difference. So your brows really do frame your face, as you can see. As you can see, looking at me right here. As you can see, looking at me right here, like look. It just looks 100%, 100 times better. Even with no makeup on, your brows look and can make your face look so much better than without. I kind of look sad. Here I look kind of more happy or awake, like more put together. So that was the purpose of this video. I really hope you found it helpful. And yeah, if you did find any of this helpful at all, please give me a thumbs up. Let me know in the bottom bar how you do your brows, whether you use wax, pencil, what product do you find easier for you to do your brows with? Do you find the wax easier? Do you find the pencil to be easier for you, or powder? I know a lot of people like powder. So let me know how you do your brows and what products you use. And yeah, let me know what you thought about this brow tutorial. And if you liked it, please, again, give me a thumbs up. And that's it. So until next time, I will see you ladies in my next video. I love you so much. And thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye.